What is good, everybody? We had to show you what we got going on here. We're going through the 4G63 NASCAR that we have repurposed for Pikes Peak hill climb, standing mile, standing half mile, road racing events, a little bit of drift. Just kind of repurposing it for fun race car. We will do some competitive racing with it, but there will be no NASCAR, no oval track stuff. But we're going through and figuring out what's going to work for us and what we need to change back here. And I thought I'd show you some of the cool technology these NASCARs have, or stock cars, if you will. So the Raybestos brakes, as you see, they have carbon fiber shroud on them. This is air induction, so they have a piece of 3-inch. I think it's like a Kevlar material. I don't really even know what it is or where you can get it, but I'm sure I will in the future. But it has a little rock screen here, and it inducts air down through this shroud and puts the air directly over the brakes for cooling. And also, each brake has a fan that goes to a little, like, I guess they're almost like computer fans, really. And I can hit those on the dash, and all four corners have fans, so that's pretty cool. And that was really important for the road course cars because, you know, I think the oval track cars had it too, but I think road course cars did a lot more braking, hard braking coming into corners because there's just so many more of them. So that's a really cool feature that we can utilize. But some of the other cool stuff, so let me show you this. So if you go in the car, ooh, look at that carbon fiber dash. So we have this unit right here, and it has a carbon fiber shroud over it as well, and it's just a heat exchanger. And that same 3-inch Kevlar hose will be ran from the air duct in the window down into that cooler, and it does two things. So one of the things it does, if you look here, so these lines right here coming out, the braided, metal braided ones are coming down, and they go down to the transmission cooler. So that's one side of the unit. The other side of the unit is coming out of the differential here. So it pumps, that's the differential pump, and it works just like an oil pump would in a motor. And it pumps differential fluid through that and sends it back through to keep that diff nice and cold. This one coming out right here is just a breather, as you can see. It's got like some mesh on the end of it, or what do they call it, Scotch-Brite type stuff. But yeah, that's one of the cool pieces of technology it has, along with these. If anybody ever wondered what these are in the back window, these are actually to adjust the rear suspension. So if you look in the car right here, that is I think that's a 1/2-inch drive square. And they can stick what I would imagine would be an impact or some kind of tool that's made for it. And it goes all the way down, sends it down through this like flash repressor looking thing, and sends it down to this to give you to adjust your spring, to give you, I would imagine, ride height and, you know, kind of adjust the feel of the car all the way around. One of the other cool things we have in the car is a dry sump system. So if anybody ever wondered what this box is here on the behind the driver's seat, that is a dry sump system. And it has, as you can see, it has an oil gauge on it for temperature. One of the cool things these cars do is they have to heat their oil in order to start the car and get the journals and everything working. So these are both oil heaters in the dry sump, which I don't think we'll ever use it. I'm not even sure if we're probably going to set the motor up with just a normal pan on it and end up utilizing the dry sump before we go up Pikes Peak. That way we can corner really hard, not lose oil pressure. So what else we got back here? So check these out. These little deals right here. So these are the limiters, just in case you got a back tire come off the ground or something, cornering really hard, and you want to limit your axle from popping your springs out here, because these springs will pop out. And I have it jacked up here, and you can see the other side's already fallen out. So that's why they have the limiters on there. But these pins, this is some of the cool NASCAR technology they have. So these pins, you push this button in and you can slide this out. Look at that. There's the pin. I mean, that is some really nifty, quick, maneuverable stuff that we can utilize, and then you just slap it back in and look at that. So, another thing I want to show you. I don't know what these are called. If anybody can give me the name of these are the coolest things ever. So, they're like a V-band clamp, but they're for low pressure. For instance, there's one right here on my, it's a little bit larger, but It's like a V-band that goes on an AN fitting or a type of aluminum fitting. But these things are amazing. They're like, I call them the one-handed bands, because with just one hand you can snap them together. Bad boy snaps together, and just as quick as that you can pop them apart. So I could if I was one-handed midget probably. Oh, there it is. Look at that. These are cool. If you don't have these on your car, I highly suggest finding them, putting them on. And if anybody can tell me what the hell they're called, I would really appreciate it. So, yeah, NASCAR technology, guys. Some of the really cool stuff we have here, and I'm sure we'll find a lot more as we go. But please follow, like, subscribe, share. 4G63 NASCAR. We will see you at whatever local event we can make it to first. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Talk to you guys soon.